about a client that's touched your heart?
I would say I don't necessarily have one client that's impacted me, but I look for change in every situation that's maybe gone wrong and try to fix that so it doesn't go wrong the next time. And so I would say each one of those scenarios and each one of those clients, especially if they've given me feedback when they fired me, has definitely impacted me.
It's a very good answer. Not the answer we were looking for.
No.
Did I tell you you're being graded today?
Oh, dang it.
Taking over pieces and shares of all big sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
Hi, welcome back to the Compass Studio. Today, I have a special treat. I have Mr. John Selby. Can't wait to do this.
All right, looking forward to it too, Sean.
Try to have fun.
I'll try. It's going to be hard, but
So we get to talk quite a bit.
we do, yeah.
But I'm going to ask you just some questions so we can learn more about the authentic you.
Okay, let's do it.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm born and raised. I'm apparently one of the few, but
Right. There's so few natives, and yet you'd be
Yeah.
surprised how many agents we're finding are native.
I feel like it's kind of it flows together. Like I when I got into the business, I knew San Diego very well already. I knew the neighborhoods, I knew the areas and all that. So it kind of goes naturally. I didn't have to learn much
Right,
when
a
it
big
came to
benefit.
like just locations. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I believe, besides like babysitting from time to time, I believe my first job was a busser at the Catamaran Hotel. I
Wow.
think it's now the 8th Atoll. I don't remember what it was called before that, but I was a busboy there for.
I still thought it was catamaran.
Well, the hotel's the Catamaran, and then they have like the restaurant, which is called
Oh.
the Atoll or something like that. But
You
yeah, that
still
was my
going
first
there?
job. From time to time, yeah, I went to high school with the owner's kids and stuff, and so I kind of know them through that.
Tell the bussers, you're not doing that right.
You're not doing that right. I was the busser, so I just bottom of the
Let me show
barrel.
you. Let me
But
show
it
you
was
how
a
you
lot
do
of
it.
fun. No, I was following. They had a guy there that had been there for 25 years as a busser.
Really?
Yep. He loved his job.
Right. I have to ask. I mean, that was just the pinnacle, or he just enjoyed doing it, or
I know when I was there, he was going through citizenship, so I don't believe he was like a citizen. Well, obviously he wasn't a citizen before that, so I'm not sure how he got into the role and how he got into the job or anything like that. But he loved his job.
he's
He
got
was
a
great.
lot of history knowledge of the place. I'm
He sure
guessing.
does, yeah.
Wow. Did you go right into real estate, or what was your last career job before real estate?
Before real estate, I was in the engineering world. Out of college, I got a degree in environmental engineering from Southern Methodist University, and then I went straight into work right after that for a small engineering company in Dallas. Worked there for a little bit over a year. Tried to get into it here in San Diego, but job forces were kind of weird. Nobody wanted to move me from Texas to here, and so I just moved back. Kind of jumped into San Diego again, and was job searching a little bit, and found out that I wanted to get into real estate. So I gave it 3 years, jumped in 3 years, and my third year was a banger year, and I never looked back.
So this is it.
This is it.
So coming back to San Diego, even though they couldn't find a job initially to transfer you to, was it just I want to be home? Was there?
Yeah. I'll be honest, a little bit of it was a lady that I met and now married to and now have a kid with. That was
Good
a
thing
little
you came
factor.
home.
Yeah, that was definitely great. I was planning to come back anyway. She just sped it up by probably 3 to 6 months. So that was awesome. And that was great.
Well, that one has a good. Most of those stories end up with now they're not around anymore, but here I am.
Right.
You married her. You guys
did.
just had
He's
2 weeks ago.
He's
Not even that.
just 4 weeks tomorrow.
Oh, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I know. Flies by though.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, what's the best part about being a real estate agent?
Oh gosh, I think one of the best parts is you're constantly helping people through what are, in my opinion, stressful times. A lot of times people are either spending the most money they've ever spent, buying the first house they've ever bought, all that. So you're helping people through all that, or selling a house that they've maybe lived in for 25 years and they love it so much, but they can't afford it, or they don't, they need to move or whatever. So you're constantly helping people through, like, I wouldn't call it a problem, but you're helping them through a situation, getting them to a solution, which is, either buying or selling.
A big situation.
A very big situation. Yeah. And then, so that leads into what I think the best part is when you've done a good job and they're extremely happy at the end of the day, like the joy, The excitement, the thankfulness, all of that is really, in my opinion, the best part of
That's the
selling
part
real
that
estate.
really lights you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I love it. I get
love
fired
that.
up for my clients half the time. I'm more excited than they are sometimes, but yeah.
Okay, so what's the least favorite part? Is it the clients who don't get fired up?
That's pretty close. I would say it's the the disrespect. Like there's some people that just don't respect our industry or what we do or the effort that we put in, and it's kind of a catch-22 because our job is to make it look as easy as possible. But by doing that, people don't respect how much work we actually put in to make it look like we're not doing any work.
Right, right.
So they don't see all of that. So so when people don't respect our time or don't respect the actual amount of skill it takes to help them negotiate a deal or get top dollar for their house or whatever that might be, and they kind of throw it back in your face, that's kind of sucky.
It's a lot like being a pro athlete. When you get really good, it looks easy. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, a lot
You
of
oughta
people
try it.
A lot of people say that. They're like, I can sell my house. I could buy my own house, and it's actually great when you can not prove to them that they can't, but show them why you're actually so good at what you do and so much better than they may be able to do it. Not as a nanny boo boo type thing, but just more of like a
appreciation.
Yeah, appreciation. Of, oh wow, okay, this is harder than I thought, or whatever.
And it is. It's a massive skill set and a lot of work.
Well, it is. It's not just it's not just selling the house. It's not just showing the property. It's making sure they're protected on the back end legally. It's making sure that the transfers are done correctly. It's making sure that everything gets scheduled within a 21-day period or less in some situations.
Right.
It's all that, coordination and stuff that really makes it, I don't know, challenging, if you will.
I think, and then they don't know, if you don't get it right, it puts you at risk, but it puts them at risk.
Hugely.
Their $800,000 home is at risk.
Right,
There's
absolutely.
a lot of risk here that you guys wear every single day, that you take responsibility for.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, to make sure everything gets done the right way and we don't lose money for our clients.
You think your awareness of that, which is more than most agents, I want to say, that's what your clients pick up on?
I would like to think so. Yeah, hopefully.
I would think so.
Hopefully that's why they trust me and they keep coming back to me and all that. Yeah.
Well, instead of me suggesting, let me ask you, what do you think is the secret to being successful in real estate?
Answering your cell phone.
Answering your cell phone.
Answering the phone, and I mean, there's more, but I would that's always the biggest complaint out there, that agents don't answer their phone or they don't call back or whatever. So I would say that's definitely part of it. But I guess realizing the impact that you have and realizing how much it's not just pushing paper, it's not just showing the house, it's someone's life, it's all that. And so knowing that and paying attention to that the whole time and doing everything with that in mind, I think causes me to do things maybe a little bit more, better, higher, faster, so on and so forth. Take a little bit extra care than maybe the average person.
Right. Knowing that, understanding that changes how you do the business.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because it's a huge thing. It's not just going. I mean, even buying a car, I think, is a big thing. It's not just going and buying a popsicle at a 7-Eleven. It's way bigger and way different. So.
So you've accomplished a lot. Certainly in the time you've been in real estate, but even before that, I mean, environmental engineer, that's not a cakewalk. Of all the things you've done, what are you most proud of?
In real estate related or just in life in general?
In life.
Oh, wow.
Let's not make it easy.
That's not an easy question to ask, because there's so many. I mean, not to say I've done so many good things, but there's so many good things that have happened in life. Man.
Remember, probably your wife and 4-week-old are going to see this at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was my first, just having the kid and creating that.
Not to help, but the cue card right there says, "My wife."
Yeah, my wife and kids. Obviously,
kids.
that is a huge and great accomplishment. I was trying to go maybe more work related.
Right, outside of family, let's make it easy.
Outside of family, I think it's the base that I've been able to create in this business and be able to create I've almost already created a legacy that I can then build upon, and hopefully now I'm in a position where I'm able to not only help myself, but I'm able to help other real estate agents in the industry make their like impact and make their, for their family and for their, for potential clients and clients. And so by building out like the team and all that, I'm able to now like not just do it for myself, but help other people do it.
How many people are on your team now?
Including admin, there are 7 of us.
7 of you.
Yeah, 3 agents, my mom, me, and 2 admin.
So you said something, I've created a base that
Yeah.
always makes me curious. At what point when you're doing real estate do you finally feel like, okay, this is a profession. I'm going to make it in this. This is all good.
For me, I think that's going to be different for every single agent. For me, it was when I made at least 1 paycheck every single month.
So is that 1 year, 3 years?
That was year 3 for
year
me.
3.
Year 3 for me, I had an escrow close every single month. And that's when I knew, I was like, I can do this because now I've got a consistent paycheck.
I think that's one of the things, if we could help other agents, it's realizing this isn't going to happen the first year, second year. You're going to be afraid a lot.
You are, yeah, and that's one of the reasons I actually started a team was that I can help make that in 2 years or 2.5 years for somebody instead of 3 years, or maybe less. That would be ideal. And I personally, they all have their goals, and I have my goals for them. But like one of my biggest goals is just to get them to the point where they're making a paycheck every month.
Keep them from reinventing the wheel.
Keep them from doing that. Keep them from going hungry. All that kind of stuff.
Are you always open looking to agents who fit a mold, or do you have a certain size that you want and that's it?
I'm always looking for the right person at the right time that fits within what we're trying to accomplish. So yes, I'm always looking and never looking at the same time.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a culture to the team, even within a brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the right person, the right time.
Well, and I'm not the kind of person who just wants to take somebody on and let them flounder. Like if I'm going to bring somebody on the team, it means I'm going to increase leads so that they are getting that. I'm going to answer my phone for them. I'm going to give them the mentorship. I'm going to spend the time on a weekly, monthly basis to say, okay, what are your problems? How can I help you? And if I don't have that time, then there's no point in bringing that person onto the team.
Right.
And also, if they're not receptive to that, then obviously there's no point in bringing that person onto the team either. So it's about fitting both of those together. I missed a great agent while my baby was being born, but I just felt like I didn't have the energy and the time to give that agent what they would need in the first month that they were going to be, on the team. So I felt like it was not the right move.
It says a lot that you take it that seriously.
I do. Yeah.
It does.
You have to. Otherwise, you just lose people, and they think bad of the industry or whatever it might be,
Okay, so getting outside of serious,
Okay.
what's like the craziest, funniest, or weirdest real estate experience you've had?
It's always got to be showing property.
Show.
It's always got to be showing property.
You have one you can share, and this is a family-friendly show.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Think about what you're going to say.
A lot of times you just find random stuff, like people left stuff behind. I found dolls in basements that look like they're creepy. There's all that kind of stuff. But I would say one of the funniest is, I don't remember if it was a tenant-occupied house or a homeowner-occupied house, but we had a scheduled appointment. I, do the whole open the lockbox, knock on the door, announce yourself, walk inside, start looking around. I walk down the hallway and I notice that the shower in the master is running.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going, I don't think they know that we're here. And so quickly gather the clients and scurry them back out the door, lock everything up, and we go sit in our car. And I start texting the agent, I think your homeowner's still here. I think I think someone's still here. And I think to this day, they probably never knew that there were 4 of us in their house looking around before while they were in the shower.
Man, that would be scary.
Yeah.
Did they eventually leave?
I think the agent called them and like they scurried out the door.
Comes
and
running out
left.
with wet hair.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a while ago, but yeah, that's very memorable. Going, oh my gosh, there's somebody still here. We need to go.
How about a client that's touched your heart?
Client that's touched my heart.
Or impacted how you do business?
I think, well, this isn't maybe the answer that you're exactly looking for, but every time either I end up having to fire a client or I've been fired by clients before. I look back on that and I figure out how that could have gone differently to where that didn't happen. It's always my goal to do multiple deals or multiple transactions with every single person that comes through my door. Obviously that doesn't happen, but that's my goal. So I would say I don't necessarily have one client that's impacted me, but I look for change in every situation that's maybe gone wrong and try to fix that so it doesn't go wrong the next time. And so I'd say each one of those scenarios and each one of those clients, especially if they've given me feedback when they fired me, has definitely impacted me.
It's a very good answer. Not the answer we were looking for.
No.
Did I tell you you're being graded today?
Oh, dang it. I'm going to
So you're young, you got a lot of friends, and they know you're in real estate. But if I got them together and said, what is it John actually does all day? What do you think he spends time doing all day? What would they say?
How PG is this?
We're PG-13.
Okay. Doing crazy shit.
Doing crazy shit. That's what they'd say.
That's what my friends always think I'm doing. Yeah, they always think I'm jumping off stuff or climbing stuff or going on an adventure of some sorts and
Really?
all that. That's kind of my MO in the friends world. Yeah.
Because you sell haunted houses or what?
No, like just that's like in my social life. Like I'm always very energetic and I'm always very like I don't know daredevilish and like to live on the edge a little bit. So that's kind of what they think I do all the time.
That explains a lot about walking into homes when people shower, I think.
Yeah, just get a little crazy.
All right. How do I segue to this? You chose Compass
Yeah.
as the place to be.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wanted to be on the forefront of real estate. And I felt that 3 years ago when I came, which was almost actually 3 years and 2 months is when I came over to Compass, I felt like Compass was that opportunity to make sure that I, short of going and starting my own brokerage, which maybe or maybe wouldn't be on the cutting edge of real estate, be on the cutting edge of John's real estate.
Right.
But short of being
sleepless nights. Let me
yeah,
tell you.
exactly. But short of that, I felt like being at Compass was going to give me the opportunity of doing that, but also potentially help the industry to become, the cutting edge of it. And so that's what I wanted to be. I loved Robert Refkin's, story behind why he started Compass, his vision for the future of Compass. And so I wanted to be a part of that. And that's why I joined. And I feel like we're on that. We're continuing to push that line and hopefully we'll keep pushing it for many years.
3 years in, what you hoped it was going to be, it's been so far.
Yeah, it's changed. Like there's always going to be change. Like it's not the exact company that it was 3 years ago, especially not in San Diego or the nation. And the vision is obviously changed a little bit from time to time, but I think all of it has been with the right, still with that intention of being at the forefront of the industry and making the best decision for the agents that can then make the best decisions for their clients, and we can be hopefully the best agents in the industry.
I have to, you said something I don't usually hear. You said, here's why I joined it, forefront, but also I think they're going to change how real estate's being done. They're going to, the company itself,
Yeah.
I want to be a part of a company doing that.
Yeah.
That's a very broad vision. I mean, that's not a normal answer. It's an impressive answer.
I mean, I just felt like there was the structure that I had researched and seen, and through the conversations with the recruiters or whatever you want to call them, through all of that, I felt like there was again back to this base. Compass had laid a base of like kind of a direction that they want to go, and I felt like I could be on board with that. I loved it, and I wanted to help out with that, and so that was all. That's what I was.
That's
what I was
fantastic.
talking about with that. Yeah.
All right. What is a public perception of real estate or real estate agents that you know not to be true?
A public, probably that. I don't know. They're like
Do you think they have a pretty accurate idea?
the people that I run into. I guess the only one would be that we don't work as hard as we actually work. That the job is easy. I think that's probably the most prominent public perception that I see out there that I think is obviously very incorrect. I work very hard, and I know a lot of real estate agents that work very hard to do what they do. So I think that's probably the biggest. That's the biggest one.
That reminds me, it's something a coach told me once, that real estate is simple. It's just not easy.
Exactly. It is. Very
And sometimes maybe we get confused on the two.
Yeah.
It's
People
a
think,
lot of
yeah,
work.
I would say that's a fair.
Okay. You could have a billboard
I could.
out on Interstate 8. It could say anything you want. What's it say?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to put your name under that. John
I mean,
Selby, I don't know.
I have more questions for that. Is it an advertising billboard? Is it just a billboard that I put that
Brother,
that
it's
goes
your
up?
billboard.
Am I paying for it? Is somebody else
No,
paying
no.
for it?
We're going to pay for it.
You're going to pay for it.
And it can have any message you want.
Man, I think, gosh, real estate related or not real estate related? Just anything?
It's your billboard, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I would say it says something along the lines of life is short, take advantage of all the moments. If we're going on the inspirational route of things,
Okay.
you know, don't let something slip you by. Don't let, and you can take that however you want, whether it's personal, whether it's business. You know, I have a motto that if somebody asks for an appointment, I take it almost every single time, as long as, you know, time permitting, because you never
Don't
know
miss
what's going to come out of it.
opportunities.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. If you knew you could not fail, is there a project you would take on right now?
Work related.
Who's doing the interview
I have to
here?
clarify whether this is work related or not, because I have two very different, like, I have
Apparently.
very strong work goals and I have very strong personal goals, and so it's just very, like, I have to make sure you want to know which one.
The question stands.
Okay, I'm gonna take it work related, and I would say that if I knew without a doubt that I wouldn't fail, I would figure out how I am solely coaching, recruiting, and mentoring, and I'm not selling any real estate directly myself.
That's a goal. That's something you would like.
I would like
to
it.
really have that kind of the impact on other people.
Mhm.
Wow.
I do, yeah.
This is a great answer. Why'd you hesitate so much?
Well, the reason behind it is, you know, I can only help so many people. If I coach, if I'm there supporting people that are then helping people, I can exponentially help more people.
Right.
So that I feel like has to be, in my opinion, is like kind of the end goal. But you know, there's a lot of steps to get there.
Wow. That's my whole, because I coach, is all I do is that exact reason, the exponential ripple. Every level up I can go. My next thought is, how do I coach coaches
Yeah,
who coach agents who impact people all over a community?
yeah,
In the end, you're impacting people you haven't met,
Right.
but it doesn't matter.
No.
You're impacting the community.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you've ever read any of the John Maxwell books. I'm sure you have, but that's a big message that he puts across in a lot
Right.
of those books.
How do we create that ripple?
Yeah, it resonates a lot with me.
All right. You can have dinner with any three people, living or dead. Who would you have at that dinner?
I hate these questions. I don't.
Maybe John Maxwell.
Maybe, yeah. I would say someone along those lines. There's. I would really enjoy to sit down with what is his name? Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh,
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I think that would be a very interesting conversation. He's a very, like, I think from what I know, he's a much simpler person than I am. And, like, obviously he's dynamic, he's very wealthy, but he's, like, very simple in what he does. And I think that's fascinating because it seems impossible to do what he's done. So I think it would be very interesting to go, okay, like, really, like, what's the catch?
To accomplish all this and maintain
Like, your
a
simplicity.
simple outlook.
Yeah.
You know, he invented a word that I love to this day.
What's that?
They asked him what it was like to be him. You put your feet on the ground every morning, and I mean, you're Warren Buffett, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he said, well, I have optionality.
Okay.
Whatever I choose to do that day, I can do.
I like that.
That's a great goal
Yeah.
to achieve in life.
That is.
Optionality.
Yeah.
Good choice for dinner. You know, I've said this before, you've heard me say it in coaching, the most important words in the world are any words that follow I am. So I want you to complete that sentence. I am.
I'm impactful.
I am impactful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to end this with the 10 questions that I stole basically from inside the actor studio.
Okay.
10 questions for everybody. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is I have a lot of favorite words, but integrity is probably one of the up there for me. It's I feel like you can't do anything without it. So
Integrity.
yep,
What is your least favorite word?
I can't or I won't. That's two, I guess, but can't and won't.
Pick one.
Can't.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of water crashing, or like water like slushing. You know, I like that movement, water movement. That's probably a better way to say it. Yeah.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Nails on a chalkboard.
Nails on a chalkboard.
It's pretty bad. Any sort of high-pitched screeching sound, can't do it.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
Time travel.
Why?
Because I would accomplish every single thing I wanted to accomplish because I'd know exactly how to do it.
How do you cure a hangover?
Lots of water. And Advil.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I think it would be great to be like a firefighter. I think that would be pretty exhilarating. Or a professional athlete, in the sense, not in like baseball and that kind of a professional athlete, but more of like an extreme sports professional athlete. I think would be pretty neat.
What profession would you not like to do?
I wouldn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Where is your favorite spot in San Diego?
My house. No. I do love my house, but I love the bays, like San Diego Bay, beautiful bay to be out on, go out and cruise around. Gives us, I just love being down there, being close to the water. It's like one of the only places that I can forget about myself on, which is nice. So.
Okay. And the last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I was waiting for you.
I was waiting for you.
Because he wants to meet me. I don't know. I think that would be good.
That would be
pretty cool. If God wanted to meet me, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Well, you're a fun person, so of course he would already know that.
Right, I know.
And now all of you know that, ladies and gentlemen. John Selby.
Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares of all.